Hello everyone. In today's tutorial, I will explain you how to connect to your MySQL database with a PHP. In the previous tutorial, I have explained how to install XAMPP server, and if you have installed it, then you have also installed PHP-MyAdmin. PHP-MyAdmin is required for this tutorial in order to successfully create a MySQL database and connect to it. With a PHP, you can connect to and manipulate databases, and MySQL is the probably most popular database system used with a PHP. And as you can see here, in order to store or access the data inside the MySQL database, you first need to connect to the MySQL database server. And we have two ways or three ways to connect to MySQL database server, and two ways is MySQLi, procedural and object-oriented way, and the third way is PHP Data Object. Okay, and here is our syntax for procedural way, object-oriented, and PDO. And in today's tutorial, I will show you just how to connect to your database server, not how to retrieve data, insert, drop on, and so on, just how to successfully connect. And in the next tutorial, I will show you how to retrieve data, insert, delete, and so on. And I will show you the first example. Okay. That is our example. First example is MySQL object-oriented. Our variable server name, or you can type just server or just name, what you want, is in our case localhost. And we will check that right now. If you go into your PHP-MyAdmin, here you can see your address, and localhost or 127.0.0.1 is just the same as localhost. Okay, that's localhost. Username equal username. Here you have to type your username. If you running XAMPP same as I, that is root. And password by default is empty in XAMPP server, and you can check that in configurations file. Config in PHP. Okay, user is root and password is empty. And if you want to secure your XAMPP server, you can change your password and your username. But for these purposes, user is root and password is empty. And our variable connection is equal new MySQLi server name, variable server name, this is localhost, username or root, and password. And if our connection have an error, we will become an error message, and in other case we will become connected successfully. And now Control S to save, and here you have to type full path to your PHP file. Okay, my PHP file is XAMPP htdocs first test 07 index PHP, and that is here. And if I type refresh, connected successfully. And if I type, for example, password 1, Control S to save, warning, okay, access denied for user root, using password yes. And we haven't defined our password, and now I have to delete, Control S to save, everything works fine. That is our first example for MySQLi object-oriented way. And now I will show you MySQLi procedural way. Okay, I'm going to delete first example, and that is now second example between PHP delimiters. And okay, now again, while that is just one example, you have to type root and also empty password. Now Control S to save, refresh, connected successfully. And what is the difference in syntax between procedural and object-oriented is just new MySQLi connect, delete, and for object-oriented type new MySQLi, Control S to save, connected successfully. And you have to choose what suits your needs. Okay, undo. Okay, that is procedural way. And the third way is PDO way, and I will show you that right now. Now delete and copy, and that is now PDO. Okay, I can type here. Okay, Data Objects, PDO way. Here, change to root, password empty, and now what we have here, DB name. And what is our DB name? Our DB name is our database name. And how to find it? Okay, you can go to the localhost, PHP admin, and you can choose here your database. If you haven't created, you can create it of new. You can type test db create and name, for example, users. ID, name, last name, phone number, auto incremation, save. Okay. Test db. Now you can type here test.db, or you can define here new variable just db equal test db, quotation marks and semicolon at the end, and here delete and type our new created variable, and our variable connection is new PDO MySQL, host is equal server name, that is localhost, DB name is our database, username is root, and password is empty. Now Ctrl S to save and check everything works fine. If I type here S and save, now check, connection failed, unknown database. So you have to right type your database name. And now refresh, connected successfully. Here is test.db, that is name of my database. And that is it for this tutorial. And just more one information. The connection to the MySQL database server will be closed automatically as soon as the execution of the script ends. However, if you want to close it earlier, you can do this by simply calling the PHP MySQL close function. We'll type the function now. Underscore close, quotation, sentences, and semicolon at the end. And that is that for this tutorial. Thank you if you are watching.